This is a Dollar Tree waste paper basket. What I'm going to do is I'm going to spray it with rustic orange spray paint. Feed the string right through the button. So we have a little X right there. And I'm going to feed these strings through. Just tie this. I bought a package of pumpkin felt shapes and bat felt shapes. If you just cut along the bottom, so I put the hot glue on, put our smile there. I'm going to cut out a triangle, a generous amount of my hot glue, press this right onto our waste paper basket. Next thing we want to do is our straw. You're going to bend it in half, take a pipe cleaner, pull it through, and twist that. Give your raffia like a haircut. And feed these through and give our Scarecrow some straw hair. And we will give our Scarecrow a nice little hat. Oh, you know what he needs? He needs a bow. Here is our little Scarecrow all ready to greet friends by the front door. I have my Tide Pods container. Soak it in some hot water. Take this piece off. Cut some strings that are the right length and glue them to kind of give our pumpkin some depth. Trim off the bottom of these because I want this to set. I don't want it to be wobbling. Next thing I'm going to start doing is to paint. Give it a cursory coat. Now that the paint has dried, I want to put some floral foam in here. We have our last piece of floral foam in here, and I'm going to cut it just a little bit high. I'm going to add oak leaves, and then I'm going to add some beautiful fall blooms to it. And here is our beautiful fall arrangement in our pumpkin that started out as a Tide Pods container.
For today's project, we're going to start with some hula hoops. Take your first 2 hula hoops and you're going to place them one inside the other. Take a zip tie, join the 2 tops of the hula hoops. You're going to put 2 of those together, take off the excess zip ties right there, you turn it over, and we got to do the same thing on the other side. And now it's time to put the third one in. Again, using the zip ties, put them together. Since we're making us a yard pumpkin, we want to use a nice orange spray. The next step is we're going to use some of these fairy lights. Go ahead and zip tie the battery pack to the bottom. You're going to go up, down, and all around. Next, I got some 16 gauge wire, and we're going to make the stem. Make sure you have plenty of wire and just wrap it around. The last step was some small fairy lights. Wrap it all over around the stem. Use some wire or tent stake to hold your pumpkin down. And there we are. Once nightfall comes, use the remote, and there you go.
First, let's prep the pumpkins. Let's remove the stems by just pulling them from the pumpkin. I spray painted all of the pumpkins a basic white. I lightly sprayed the pumpkins with a green spray paint. Once they're completely dry, then we can reattach the pumpkin stems. I took an upholstery needle and pierced through the ball to create a little tunnel. And then I push floral wire through to the other side with the folded edge. Just twist it to create a loop. Then on the other side, you've got 2 little tails. Just take each one of those tails and just stick it into the side of the ball. Put some hot glue on the bottom of each pumpkin and stick to the styrofoam ball. You will notice there are still nooks and crannies, so fill those with moss. Tie a ribbon to the wire loop that you made earlier on. I hope you enjoy making this pumpkin ball. Thanks so much for watching.
To start this project, you're gonna need some wood crates. Start painting each of the wood slats, and I'm gonna go ahead and let this dry. And we're gonna go ahead and paint this side now. I'm going to take some painter's tape just to be my guide, and I'm just gonna go ahead and get up to that line, and I'm just gonna paint all the slats with this yellow color. Now I'm gonna take the tape and peel it off. Now for this one, I'll just paint the entire thing with the green paint. I just have a stick here that I got from the yard. I'm gonna stick it into the handle. I'm gonna tie it around. Next, I just got some faux leaves. I'm just gonna add a little hot glue in here. So I've got some hook and loop fastener here. Now that I have the length I need, I'm gonna peel the back off, place it onto the crate, peel off the backing, and I'm gonna go ahead and take that other board that I have and I'm gonna place it on top and adhere it. I'm gonna add a couple of buttons, cutting out a little nose, map out the vase. And I hope this inspires you to create some lovely fall crate creations of your own. For this project, I'll be using a white pillow and hot glue on some large Google eyes. So I found this tank top, go right under the armpit, and I'm gonna go straight across, finish cutting all of these strips, and I'm gonna go ahead and lay them across the pillow. I'm gonna go ahead and trim up these extra scraps, and I'm just gonna start hot gluing on the straps. You're going to need an orange pillow or pillow cover. I'm gonna be using the adhesive felt. I've drawn some lines, and now I'm gonna use my scissors to cut them out and peel them off and stick them into place. I'm gonna hot glue this foam onto this foam felt, and we're gonna glue this on, and we're gonna let this dry, and it'll be a nice little embellishment. I'm going to draw the inside of this vase and peel them off and stick them into place. So you've got your pumpkin on one side, and you've got your jack-o'-lantern on the other side.
I found this branch when I was outside and thought it would be perfect to make a fall tree. I want to mute these out a little bit, and I'm going to take some white craft paint and just mix in some fall colors with it. And I'm going to take a little bit of the paint and I'm just going to brush it on to the leaf. Put a little bit of mist on these so you can see the original colors here and how nice those are. I've gone ahead and grabbed a garden pot that I no longer need, and I need to position this branch inside the pot and just cut off long strips of the foam. And then I start using these foam chunks to secure the tree in place. So I'm just going to use some of this burlap ribbon to cover up your foam. Just use some sort of moss or bark trimmings. Just kind of give it some extra pizzazz at the bottom. Add some hot glue to the back of your leaf and then just attach it right to the little branches. I hope you'll give this a try the next time you want to spruce up a corner of your house.
First thing I'm going to do is assemble the lanterns. They're really easy to put together, and just paint the lanterns. Then set these aside and just let them dry completely. Let's make some leaves and stems, and then I'm going to go ahead and cut those out. I am just gluing on a green pipe cleaner. Grab some newspaper, roll this up and secure it with some washi tape. Then I'm just adding some brown paint. Locate the top of the pumpkin, which has this little hook, and wrap the pipe cleaner once or twice around that hook. Now we're going to add a light to this. I'm just going to hang this right on the inside and secure the stem around the hook on the top of the pumpkin. Add a little bit of string so I can hang these up in my window. So I hope this inspired you to grab some paper lanterns and try your hand at making some pumpkins this fall. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.